everyone. It's Open House Thursday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Moriah Afolabi Brown. As always, we have a lovely ladies in the building. Hi, ladies.
Quite a lot of newcomers.
Yes, newcomers in the building today. Nima was stuck in traffic. That Papa Ushodi is dreadful. I mean, the poor girl has to leave her car, take a bike, and she's still on her way. Jumake obviously is not here. And how are you doing? Let me start with Busalami.
Yes.
How was your day?
I'm very well.
Anything
fantastic.
happening?
Nothing
First
really
time
out
on Your
of the
View?
ordinary. Yeah, but it's good to be here.
Cool.
Lovely ladies, and Veronica is my colleague. So
At least
I can
do too bad. So cool. So today is Thursday. Any plans for the weekend coming up?
Well, I'm a very boring person, but I think I'll make something happen this weekend. Perhaps I'll go see a movie.
Okay. Okay. Please, if you live nearby, call me so I can join you.
Sure.
Veronica, how you doing?
I'm well. I'm
Good to have you on
fine.
Your View. Yay!
Yes, thanks for having me.
Good to have you. You look great. So what's
Thank
happening? What's good?
Well, I'm still trying to get over the frenzy of my birthday. You know, it happened on Saturday, yes. And, you know, the love people showed me, the calls,
that was so
the
sweet.
birthday wishes, you know, it's still been on.
What
even
did
up
Oga
to
do?
this
Bring
morning.
any cake anyway.
You were not at work that day. So
How was Oga? What did he do? Anything special?
yes,
Or your
he
guys-
did.
Oh, what
He
do?
did. He did.
Just us.
He made me breakfast.
Aww. Look at you.
Trust that will get
So
to us.
Oga can cook. That's nice. So that's nice because you had a good birthday.
Of course,
I
I
saw
did.
all the comments. I'm like, oh, this girl really deserves
I couldn't.
it.
I'm still trying to respond to
Even
everybody.
TVC, a lot
Yes,
the family.
a lot of people from the office, TVC,
Yeah.
and you know, outside, it's been overwhelming. I must say, it was.
Fantastic. Topsy. Bele, you flew in also because you didn't know you were on
So
shed.
somehow, I don't know how he skipped me, you know. But I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm happy to be here. I love the topic we're going to be discussing today.
Yeah. And we're bringing...
As in, I was arguing it yesterday, and I'm like, I'm not on set today. It's paining me. And then suddenly I just got to focus on that. Did you check the schedule? Did you check the schedule? You know, so but I'm...
And Wale
Some
Popopo.
missiles.
Yeah,
Wale
I'm
Popopo, Max
Anywhere.
FM is going to be on, I guess.
Yes,
Oh,
so-
we're ready to trash that guy.
Yeah.
Tear him to pieces. He'll be here shortly. So cool. Any plans for the weekend, Tokwe?
Yeah, for this weekend, I'm going to be really just focusing on my business. Actually, I was supposed to go to the studio, makeup studio straight today, but detour to this place. So I'm going to focus on this weekend is business. We have to, everybody's,
some money.
a lot of people are complaining about business being slow and all. I've been hearing so many people
You
complaining.
have a side gig, Salami?
Sorry?
Any side gig? Any side gig?
Any side gig?
Well,
I'll think of something. I'll let you know.
everybody's
before the
asking
end
us
of
to
the
do
show.
side gigs. I did my Tiger Notes and I stopped, but I think I'm going to start again because everybody has been calling me to demand.
It is actually a good thing. It's about consistency. It won't always flow easily,
Yes,
but you just...
especially when you have a 9 to 5.
You have a side gig?
yeah, kind of.
Okay,
I-
the speaking stuff you do? Or what?
Yes,
Oh,
the
cool.
speaking stuff I do, and
Is it
some
okay to
other
talk about
craft
the
work.
other side gig?
every-
Really? Is it
We are
fine?
encouraging every woman to have a side gig. You got to have a side gig. You can't just
Okay.
have your 9 to 5. You got to have something on the side you're doing.
Well, I'm a lecturer, so I do that on my off days.
Fantastic,
I
exactly.
lecture in a university on my off days. So
That's good to know. That's fantastic. Good
Yeah,
stuff
we all
to
need
know.
something,
We need
yeah,
to encourage you that
honest.
because
Yeah.
lots of women out there focus on what they do, not realizing that they have the potential to do so much
Yeah.
more. And we need to encourage each other.
And we need to make more money legitimately.
Oh, sure.
So we might as well just maximize our time to...
All right, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll go through. In fact, it's Thursday. We don't have time for papers. We'll just breeze through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, so we're going to start very quickly with the punch. 2019, Buhari Ajimobi Akiolu in last-minute move to save Ambode. No rift between Tinubu and me, says Lagos governor. Picture here of 2 killed as protesting Anambra youth sack police station. Rescued suicidal youth disappears with good Samaritans' goods and money. Dogara defects to PDP, picks nomination form. PDP wants INEC against plots to shift 2019 polls. And police arrest Evans' lawyer in court. Oshomole under stress, working for floundering government, says Jonathan. Fireshare writes EFCC says, I'll report for probe on October 16th. Stunted economy, APC berates The Economist, HSBC for predicting Buhari's defeat. And finally, EFCC hands over seized house to VON, PTAD, and others. So the human interest story, this suicidal youth disappears with Good Samaritans.
Yes.
Yeah, that story, Veronica?
I read that story and it's quite interesting. Now, this guy, a 27-year-old, tried to kill himself along the CMS bridge because he said life didn't mean anything to him any longer.
Yeah.
And so he was, some good, meaning Nigerians, and the police, got hold of him and they took him to the police station. And there, some government worker found him and, tried to help him, took him to a church, and then people donated cash,
But did they
clothing.
let him go? The police let him go.
Yes, they
changed the law. The Constitution says it's wrong.
It's
if you
wrong.
try to commit suicide, if you're caught, you'll go to jail.
Simple.
That's what it's supposed to be, but they let him go in this case.
Okay.
And then because there was a government worker there, and possibly because they took him to church and said they were going to help him out, since he said that life didn't mean anything to him. And now the person that was now trying to help him out, he said he was able to ride a tricycle, keke napep, and that's faithful or unfortunate that he had, there was goods worth 100,000 naira in the keke napep, as well as the tricycle.
stole it.
And he disappeared.
Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
So we knew that, now we know the suicide was linked to poverty and not that he didn't, life didn't make any meaning. But I think
so
the
how
question
do
is
people
very
help people in this kind of situation?
Exactly. You wouldn't want to help
We
people.
were driving together on Terminal Bridge and we saw people standing by the road, but she was considering, we could say we should help, but you are scared. Somebody might have a gun or something. We really need to
And that's
get back that.
on the physical. The
Yeah.
metaphysical will say, okay, if you give them money, they might use that
Do
money
you?
and do something against you.
Yes,
So you're
ma'am.
scared. You don't want to
But
pay the
it-
money.
it-
Your
it's sad.
hard-earned money.
It's really
Let me
sad.
really take Fayoshe's story because Fayemi is speculating that it is a distraction. He's trying to get people not to focus on him. But Fayoshe, September 10th, wrote a letter to EFCC saying he will submit himself in October. That he doesn't want them to look for him. That they have allegations against him. They froze his account. He's coming voluntarily to
October 16th.
answer all the questions
He
on
wouldn't
October
have the
16th.
immunity
They should
anymore.
let him know if the date is convenient for them, but that
Okay.
he's not hiding.
But this is
Doesn't
10
mean he's
billion
hiding.
naira request from the Commissioner of Budget, the Budget Office, asking for, actually House of Assembly, asking for approval for 10 billion
Yeah,
naira.
they haven't approved it yet now. So let's wait. Let's wait.
see what
But
goes-
he's still the governor
Yes.
until
Until
October.
then.
October, I think 17.
But Fayemi
or
has
so.
warned them that if you do it, the new administration will probe to
well.
find out exactly what happened.
He
Why
also
they
has the
approved
right
10
to
billion.
revoke that, but Fayoshe still has the right to do what he wants to do until
Okay.
October.
To that time.
Yeah.
Moving on now to the nation, APC elders, no anointed aspirant for Lagos governor. Don't return undertakers to power, says Buhari. NCC intervenes in CBN's cash refund order to MTN. Fayemi warns Fayoshe against 9 billion budget. Labour gives 2-week ultimatum on pay. And Olubadan High Chief quarrel over chieftaincy. Let's talk about Labour for a second. Who has that
It
story?
is an interesting one because we've been at it for quite a while now. The wage review, the minimum wage, we've been asking the question, can your take home take you home? Nigerians are asking.
18,000 naira.
Nigerians are asking and they want something done. The committee has been set up since last year, but it's not been concluded yet. So Labour is saying we're giving government 2 weeks to get this work done.
They also
There was a
claiming
figure of
speculation.
56,000
Yes.
that was
6,000,
proposed.
there was
Yes.
66,000 as well. They came, we have the TLC, we have the TUC, and the NLC.
Yeah.
So everybody has
Bringing
Their
a
own
figure.
figures.
their own figures. So,
Right.
but this committee is trying to have a
Point
unified
of convergence.
Right.
But
They
they
don't
also,
have
the
figures.
reason for this pending strike is that they feel that they would quickly give them a figure just before the election and then go back on their words after the election. So
Are they
everybody's
thinking? Are they thinking, or they're trying to cash in into what is going on? It's a normal
But
thing.
my question is, for how long are we going to be pushing for minimum wage? Because this has been on for a
Forever.
long time.
No, but it's
Because
okay. It's
once
okay.
you have the structures on the ground,
Right.
you have lights, you have water, you don't necessarily have
But
to
it's
be
okay
pushing
for minimum wage to be
Would
reviewed because
Exactly.
either
Yes,
we
it
like
has
it
to
or
be
not, the purchasing power decrease or will increase based on the indicators of the economy.
Simple. Yeah.
Those things
Right.
are real. So if your naira is weak against the dollar, or if it's high against the dollar, it
Inflation
will
is
affect
high.
your purchasing power naturally. So
Absolutely.
over the year, I mean, maybe 2-3 years or so, it's just
Review
normal
it
to
again.
review, and that's what they should do, even in other private
But they
organizations.
can't even do it accurately because no matter how you look at it, the figures will never.
That's
18,000
what I'm saying.
jump from 18,000
You still
to
have
over
to-
100,000.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
impossible. Let's move on to another story in the Daily Sun. Ambo, gun, gun, gun. Tinubu sticks to his guns, refuses to be persuaded on governor's second term. Ask aspirants to mobilize for primaries. Party no consensus candidate. Ambode says there's no route with me and the ex-governor now. What's your wahala? 2019 FG to set up electoral court. Evans makes a U-turn. I'm not a kidnapper. Withdraws statement. Fayose writes EFCC. Expect
Did
me.
he say that? Excuse me.
Yes. I'm not a kidnapper. Sit at home. IPOB Masab clash. Let's talk about this Ambode thing once and for all. Let's knock it off once and for all. Who has that story? Veronica?
So we've been following the Ambode story, and this time Ambode is speaking out saying that there's no rift between himself and the elder statesman Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his statement is coming because of all the speculation going on. What I'm yet to find out though, because they say Tinubu sticks to his gun, refuses to be persuaded. There is no statement from any spokesperson for Tinubu. As in, like, everybody is just inferring.
What the Lagos State APC chairman had said, that listen, everybody has a right to come out and say they want to be governor. So we have 3 candidates. Now, according to them, whoever their leader endorses is who everybody's going to put their weight on. Well, so far, Tinubu hasn't expressly said this is the person, but there are indications that it's a certain person. But so far, we know there are 3 people. There'll be direct primaries. Hopefully, those direct primaries are democratic enough for us to get the right governor.
So what we are reading right now is the body language.
The body language. Everybody's reading the body language of
decipher that correctly.
But this whole thing is going to deepen democracy within the party.
You think so?
Everybody has the right to express themselves. That's what
it's a fundamental right.
Yes.
On the face, on the surface, it's supposed to.
But in the end,
the power brokers are still the power brokers, and
in the end, we'll get to know whoever
Evans.
Yes, so Evans makes a U-turn. I remember watching a video.
Yes, now.
A video of him saying and crying and, complaining. But now the case resumed in court. Previously there was a case of him being sick and him being maltreated and all that. But he's back in court, and he said that the statements that were made was not, he didn't write those statements down. That he didn't write it. Not that he didn't make it, he didn't write it down. It was written by a police officer, Inspector Haruno, and that he was being compelled to say it. So that's the U-turn.
That's what happens when you have lawyers. You see, I'll be so surprised if this guy gets out of this thing. Remember all the hula baloo around, Evans is guilty. If a lawyer gets him off, man, honestly.
It would be a very good lawyer, and that's my grouse with the EFCC when they go about their cases. When you elicit when you get this confession under duress.
And you do a media trial, and then you realize that.
Trial without even getting the
there's no substance.
Most of them are just no physical evidence, circumstantial evidence.
Yes.
And you
take it to
place
court,
those
and
evidence and take them to court. And
at
the end of the day, there's nothing to it.
Let's move on to Vanguard. Tinubu has final say on next Lagos governor. That's not what that guy said. I read that article. He just said, listen, whoever he finally decide will support him. Anyway, expect me on October 16th, Fayose tells EFCC. World's poorest nation. Obasanjo attributes poor leadership to Nigeria's status. Let's see. Why PDP governors want convention in Port Harcourt. Minimum wage FG gets 14-day ultimatum. I'm seeking re-election to protect Nigeria, says Buhari. Okay, which story are we taking? The president is saying that we shouldn't return those who led the country back in 1999 and 2015, 2014 or whatever. That we should actually try to, the APC people should ensure they strategize so they can win this election, because they must not in any way pave way for the other party. He didn't mention a party, he just said the other party.
If we could give our president a second chance, if he could come back as a reformed Democrat, perhaps so those other rotten eggs can be given another chance.
Are you suggesting he's not a reformed Democrat?
No, I said we gave him a chance because he came back as a reformed Democrat, and he's back here.
Okay.
So, I mean, what is good for Kayode is good for Falomo. What's wrong with those people?
I wanted to throw a question at you, but let me not put you on the spot.
Everything happening within the party, the party politics of APC, weakens our trust in the party structure itself for us to believe in them again, because we have a presidential candidate that gets automatic tickets, direct, and then we have states that are left to do whatever they want to do. So when we don't have coercion at the top, why would the leaders people keep trusting?
Veronica, want to take a story?
The power lies with the electorate at the end of the day. Get your PVC and then determine
this PVC thing.
Determine.
We need to discuss this PVC matter one of these days, because
from the report I just saw just a while ago, about 600,000 PVCs yet to be collected. That's scary.
Yeah.
Okay, Nigerian Tribune very quickly. Vote buying. Jonathan tackles Oshomole. Other stories, we have that already. So who has that story? Jonathan tackling Oshomole. They were just telling Oshomole that he has some mental issues, psychological issues, that 1 minute he was supporting Kwakwanso and Governor Autumn of Benue. The next day, He criticized them that obviously having psychological issues and that vote buying started when he was governor in Edo State back in 2016. That's where vote buying started. So you shouldn't act as if it's just a new thing. Back and forth. Very quickly, let me take just one last paper. New Telegraph, Oshomole suffering from multiple personality syndrome. I just said that.
That's bipolar.
Tinubu will decide Ambode faces Lagos APC chair. Pilots seek closure of Benin Enugu airports. This Enugu airport has been going back and forth.
Yes, and I think
and pilots are saying they cannot land, they cannot take off. That the runway is terrible.
Have you been there?
I was there, but see, I saw it outside. I didn't go inside. But with all those repeated complaints about this Enugu airport, people need they really need to pay attention to this.
A few weeks ago, it's really bad.
It's deplorable, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Terrible situation.
Unfortunately, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. Where we come back today, we're going to be gisting about men. Not just any men, Nigerian men. And we ask, are Nigerian men stressful? Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Your View. Thanks for staying with us. So recently, a media personality shared a photo of some elegant Nigerian celebrities who look young and beautiful in their 40s. A Nigerian lady then replied, the reason why some certain female celebrities are looking younger in their 40s is because they don't have husbands. Because men make us stressful. Another female user said, Nigerian men will age you with stress. Avoid them like plagues. So we ask, are Nigerian men really stressful? To join the conversation, you can call us on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. You see, I get that frustration anytime I go out and where people say my husband looks like my younger brother, or I look a bit older than my husband, or people say, oh, he's so handsome, and I'm wondering.
As in,
So, and I know that when we started out together, that issue didn't come up. It was just these two guys, two ladies.
Life happens.
Life partner, life happens. So, but when going back and I'm realizing that, yes, there was stress. Yes, there was a lot of issues, but is it because of the man in my life that causes stress? Could he have done something to make me look younger? And I'd like to start with you, Busalami. Do you think men, Nigerian men especially, make life stressful for their wives?
I think some men are particularly stressful, and I'm saying this close to home because I know of a man who would not eat a 2-day-old soup. The wife has to make soup for him every day. And I'm like, no, you can't continue this way, really. If you continue this way, you're going to age after 10 years into marriage.
Simple.
And I was right. This person, I'm much more older than she is.
Is this just about marriage?
No, that's from that perspective. I think you are invested more in a relationship when it's a marriage. If it's just a relationship, you can take a walk. Mark by me, man, I have to go. But if you're in it, you have to make it work. So if the man wants to eat a day-old soup, you have to make it for him.
Exactly.
If
we
you
had
want peace.
Nika Davis Okunda yesterday, and if we look at her age, she actually looked worn. This woman said that she was the first wife of 14 other wives. She told us yesterday all the sacrifices she made within marriage. Those things come with stress, and you could see the stress. Yes, thank God she's doing well.
Does she have kids?
She has kids, but I mean, do you think that should have solved the problem?
I'm saying that, you see, from my own perspective, you know, as humans, we speak from our wealth of experience.
Right.
Your immediate environment, what you have seen. From my perspective, I wouldn't say that Nigerian men are stressful.
Really?
Now, as a woman, you go through the stress of your monthly period.
Yes.
That's one. You are married, you have children, you go through the stress of the pregnancy, 9 months, your hormones change, and that changes you. That's another stress.
So you think that's what causes the aging, not the fact that the man is stressed?
It's not the man.
I think naturally the women will age.
Yes, because you have to go through all of
that
those
should
things.
not be induced. It shouldn't be induced. It should be graceful. I should age and age gracefully.
Please,
I don't want it induced by pressure.
Let me let you
Nigerian men are stressing the women out, full stop. You see, the thing is, when a Nigerian man gets married, check their wedding picture. The woman is beautiful.
Yes.
The man looks like this, long neck. Give them 1 year. the woman will look like this. The man will start freshening up.
Yes.
The man squeezes the life out of the woman. I'm not saying all, I'm saying most. I'm not saying all, I'm saying most. Because you look at them, 10 years after marriage, take a picture of the same couple. In most marriages you see in Nigeria, let's be honest with ourselves, the woman already looks worn out. So what I'm saying is, before, you wake up in the morning, mommy cooks or the maid cooks. Now you wake up in the morning, you're calculating, oh, my husband eats. How can I do this? How will I package the house? You're thinking that. Yet you have to deal with the hormones in your body on a normal day, which would have been your only stress before. Now the average Nigerian woman is working, even though she's doing the actions or function as a full-time housewife, doing every housework.
Going to work.
She's still working full-time. That is additional stress. Now the man comes home and feels that I have worked. You should nurture me. There's nobody nurturing the man before.
Yes, sir.
Now the woman has extra stress of nurturing the man, nurturing the children, cooking breakfast, doing other room matters.
Yes.
And then you
think about providing for the family.
Yes, that's
Are
the
you
only
not also
worry.
providing for the family?
But now we have women doing the same thing.
We too are providing for the family now.
But he's trying to ensure that you are comfortable as well.
Okay, so
why did you get into the marriage in the
that
first
argument?
place if you knew you were going to be stressed?
Did you get into the marriage to service the man alone, or did you get into marriage
also taking care of yourself.
to be serviced?
He's
both
also
of
going
you?
to take care of you.
It should be
I just
reciprocal.
told you that my husband cooked for me that day.
Like I said, it's not all Nigerian men,
still
but we
new.
still have the
You're still
ratio.
new in
It's
the
not about-
business.
it's not about
I will
being
check
new.
up with you
It's
in
not
another
about being
10
new.
years
It's
and
not
see
about
if there are
being
no
new.
fine lines on your face.
Usola, it's not about being new in the business. It's about the people that have been around me and that I've seen.
So you have a good support system, is that what you're saying?
Of course, I do.
Okay, so let me
and
say
my
this.
family, I've seen my family members, beyond my family members, I've seen people.
Right.
I had a friend who, when they got married, because he was the one taking the children to school, he'll bathe the children,
Right.
take them to school.
Right.
He cooks.
Okay.
And his wife just bathes and goes to work.
Oh,
And she looks great.
Great.
Okay, so let me explain.
Yes, please.
In most cases, the average Nigerian man, even though a good cook, feels that once he's married, his wife should take care of that thing for him. You know, so occasionally he will step into the kitchen when he feels like he's really needed or he wants to make you feel special. But that is your
I've said
that's
it
a
over
woman's
again. Talk about
area.
that. My husband steps into the kitchen for one thing and one thing, just to dish his food. Not all, just to
that's even
dish.
kind
of
He doesn't
food.
even
That's
know
even
where
kind
the
of
cooker
him.
is to cook. Boil water self, he act as if. But I was told by his he goes to cook now. But he wouldn't do it. Now, I'm stressed out thinking of the fact that I have to make sure there's food on the table. I know that as a woman, there's so much I am going through. And I'm also worried about the other woman. What do they call them? What do they call these people? The strange women. The side chicks. So I also have to make sure that I am up to standard in looking good so that the strange women will not intrude. So all that stress in itself can make a woman age faster.
I'm seriously waiting for Olepo Popo. What about the case of where we have women that have children and the children are seen as a responsibility of the woman? You understand? So it is your children. When things are going wrong, it's your children. You're responsible for the kids alone, as opposed to the fact that you're supposed to have both of you having the children, both of you nurturing the children. My kids did not do their homework. I'm going to be like, they told me in the school you did not do homework. I'm saying, I went to work.
Yes.
You went to work. I came back home, I'm tired, I slept.
So
But I'm the
Veronica,
one
in
that's
that
supposed
kind
to
of
know that they didn't do
situation,
the homework.
Let me come to Veronica. In that kind of situation where the man just feels like, listen, the kids are your responsibility, homework stuff, food stuff, don't you think that is enough in itself to induce stress in aging in women?
Agreed. It's enough to induce stress. But what's the communication? We have to, you're working, I'm working.
Okay.
We have to discuss these things.
Exactly. Okay.
You cannot put everything on me.
Right.
We'll sit down and talk about it. That's where communication comes to play.
Okay, great. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, Nima finally made it. So we're going to throw her in here. And then also Wale Popopo is going to join the couch. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Whoa, thanks for staying with us. We do have a full house now. Joining us on the show is our on-air personality from Max FM, Wale Anima Show, Wale Popopo in the building. Anima just joined us because
You're dead already.
Nima, I would love to find out what happened. But I know that this topic is really hot. But how did you make it here eventually?
I had to park my car.
Bele.
So on this topic.
Yes.
Oh boy.
What happened?
These are our men, they will not admit it. But we have to face it. When you leave tough decisions in the marriage, especially the ones that are seeming to be baggage. So the decision of where the children will be, the decision of whether they're protected, the person to worry about it, the person who should skip jobs, the decision of moving, those kind of things can be stressful on a woman. And men do not like to admit it. You now add the tendering to me along with the children to it. In real situation, the ideal is that everybody takes care of what they can. But that's not the ideal for an African man. Okay. They will ask you, who should? Once you're having that discussion of, can you just pick up around the house? Maybe we woke up in the morning and you just assume.
Pick up after yourself.
Self first.
Not me, just yourself.
So I don't need to,
pick up your
I don't want
socks and
you
your
to take care of your plates. I don't want to. I started early in my marriage to have that discussion, and I looked like a strange woman. Everybody thought something was wrong with me. I looked abnormal. I sounded abnormal.
Right.
To ask for those things. But the truth is, once you leave those things, and when children start to come, they're schooling, some fathers don't know how to even do school runs. They don't have the idea. Exactly. They can't imagine themselves in that position.
The good thing that we have, Wale, I mean, all of us have expressed our views on this matter. Okay. In your thoughts, do you think Nigerian men are truly stressful and they make us age faster?
Well, good morning, everybody. First things first. I think for me, it starts from, you women should take it further. For me, it starts with upbringing for me.
Okay. That's it, culture.
It starts with upbringing. When an average woman raises a child, my child, let me do this, do that. The boy grows up being taken care of. He grows up, the mom does this, the mom does that. He gets married and expects the same from the wife. So for me, like me now, most I was raised by my dad, so he would tell you, don't ever let a woman do yanga for you. Learn how to cook.
Thank you.
Learn how to do one or two things. If you get to my home, most of the things I do myself. Once my wife and my kids are out of the house, the nanny goes to bed.
Okay, let me pause you for a second, Wale. The Yoruba says, so yes, we have information at our disposal today. We understand that women are more empowered today. They are working. They are going through quite a bit of stress. Shouldn't you, that have been pampered all your life, realize, okay, it's time for me to actually do some pampering. Let me help this woman.
That is if it comes to the point of realization. You mentioned something.
They must come to that. We must force the men.
So you know, let me just throw in this. We have Erita Dominics and you have Omotola, who are about age mates, but you can see the difference. That's what marriage does to you.
I don't agree.
She's not that they're not fine. No, they are both fine.
No.
Do you understand? It's not that they're not fine. They are both fine. They're both good looking. Yeah. But the investment necessary for each of them to look that part is a whole lot. Right. I'm saying that the average married woman is worried about you looking good. Is worried about that you look so good, they will take you from me. Yes, she's worried about the children. She's worried about the fact that if I don't take care of my children, they will turn into being wayward. She's worried about I cannot overburden my husband financially. She's worried that I need to earn my own money. She's worried that if I become too empowered, if I become too empowered, I will threaten my husband. She's worried about life entirely. I'm going to show.
Why?
Because you are not making life easy for us now.
But women.
But go ahead. There should be a balance. Sometimes you must learn to be selfish to yourself. You must learn to take care of yourself. Okay. I have to come inwards. If I'm not 100%, then I cannot give what I don't have. Exactly. If I'm not sane, I cannot be sane towards you. If I'm under pressure, then I'm going to pressurize people at home. So I'm going to take that me time. I'm not married yet, but I know this is how it works with those I've seen around me. You have to take that me time and have a conversation with yourself. Okay? Take it easy.
Exactly.
So let me just concur. There's a survey that over 60% of the insanity cases in most of the psychiatric homes we have in Nigeria are women, married women. Sometimes you need to be abnormal and start that conversation. In most homes, the women, in my religion, you shy away from being called abnormal. So you don't want, when they tag your mates, this one, I don't know, she's a strange woman, you join the voices. Whereas you have this load over you. You should have joined her to raise your voice. I don't want this in my own life as well. Most women do not.
But wait.
We can't take our lives into our own hands.
But wait.
These children are our children. Sometimes just lock yourself up in the room and say, deal with it.
Can I ask everybody a question?
Yes.
All the beautiful women here this morning went through a process to look good. Hair, eyelashes, makeup, that is stress if you people don't know.
How?
Secondly, a guy just wakes up, dress up and go. You women have to look good.
Yes, that's stressful.
That
for
is
me.
stress for you people
That's
in the
my
first
stress.
place.
I know that's my
Women age faster than men
Why?
because it is nature.
You're running.
No, I disagree.
No, but it's true.
I
Okay, let me break it down. Let me break it down.
How old are you? Are you over 40?
I'm going to be 50 this year.
You're going to be 50 this year.
I don't look it.
So perhaps
You know why?
no, it doesn't
Let me
really
tell you
work
why
that
I'm
way.
going to be 50. Let me tell you why I'm
It's not
going to
nature,
be 50. First things first. I don't disturb myself. I don't stress my wife. I get home. My kids at times come. You know, my wife has done in a way that most of the time, any headache, anything my children, they wait for her. Oh, mommy has to come back because that is stressing her in the first place. I will take, okay, come.
Because
Let me
everybody
do
is
it.
not never around.
That, no,
Daddy
but,
cannot handle
no,
it.
But, no,
so they ask mommy, you want water? Daddy is sitting down. You don't get it.
You don't give
My
daddy
kids would
chance.
want water. They will want water. They won't face daddy.
Why?
Daddy is sitting down.
So
They'll come and meet mommy.
Why can't you tell your kids, go and meet daddy?
Oh,
Why
but say, but if daddy is not as responsive, mommy will do it immediately.
But
mommy is loving and caring.
That is what
mommy
I'm saying. So
compassionate.
the
is
boy
where
grows
communication
up
comes in
believing,
for me.
the boy grows up believing everything has to be done by the woman. So at the end of the day, he gets married, cultural tradition. He gets married, go and bring my food, go and wash my clothes, because the mom had made it unconsciously.
No.
Okay, let me
Because
Veronica,
you see
hang
what
on,
is
Nima,
happening in the house.
Veronica's been holding on for a second. Go ahead.
This is where communication comes in for me. I believe so strongly in communication, in marriage, whatever the relationship is that you have. We'll talk about it. If I'm getting stressed, I will tell you, I'm getting stressed. I cannot do this. You have to handle it. And so as parents, we need to then begin to teach our children, the male children, how to take care of certain things. Because you cannot really blame most of these men.
They grew up like that.
They will say
how
she
they
have
were
5
trained.
children. Because you're looking for a girl.
Nima,
I've stopped at 2. Oh. I have 2 kids. I say I want to stop. You say, let's try one more. I'll say I'm not interested. The man will say, let's try one more. Are you the one carrying the belly? Do you know what the belly is doing to my body?
A woman has a point. If a woman, I don't know,
Wale,
prove me
see,
if I'm
you
wrong.
that you are
If a
talking.
woman doesn't want to get pregnant, there's nothing the man can do.
Oh, except you don't want that marriage.
Hira,
Why are you
men know
stressing
what
yourself?
they do. They know what they do, Wale.
Why are you stressing
It's about
yourself?
the non-verbal communication in the house. So my son, for instance, once the father tried to make him cereal, he insisted. He's never seen him do it. It's not about me. I said, I'm tired, do it. And he wants to do it. But the boy is insisting. Mommy, he's not daddy. He's never seen daddy do it. It's just 2 years.
There's always a first time for everything.
In the climes where we practice this religion from, where the Arabs do it, they pay their wives for breastfeeding their children.
Hey.
There's maintenance. We deny these things when we want to talk to our wives.
Madam.
It's Nigerian woman that should be sacrificial.
But
She should be
madam.
compromising.
But madam.
She should be a good wife.
The basis of most of the issue is tradition and culture.
That's it.
So our own tradition.
Any man that believes I am the king, no man, he are the head, but the wife is the neck. She can turn you left and turn you right. You are just there. But at the end of the day, most women,
So
for
mommy,
me,
you agree? Our tradition makes our women get
makes
older
it-
faster.
because of the fact that because of the fact that, look, a woman is supposed to be second. No. It's not supposed. Women stress themselves.
So let me
Okay, what
explain.
about men that you women look beautiful? You think you don't stress us looking beautiful? You think there's no stress?
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm just going to say that this issue of sexism goes beyond just the parenting. It's a society at large. Even the way the media portrays a woman is a problem for me. It's a challenge here in the part of the divide. Then you realize that when Nigerian women now leave the shows of this country, they now get abroad and they get married to somebody abroad and they move to UK and US, for instance, and they realize they have liberty. Then they abuse that liberty. Then you realize that 2 years, 3 years down the line, there's a divorce. Because the man who came to Nigeria to pick a
wife.
an Mbeke from Nigeria, thinking that when she gets abroad, she'll be that way, then she realized, oh, no.
It's
A
gonna be
woman
better.
should be treated better.
Exactly.
And her eyes are open, like oh, this
Let
Nigerian
me take
women.
this call. Yakub has been waiting for it. Yakub, are you there? Good morning, Yakub. Hello? I think we lost that call.
So, Muriel, let's leave the married situation. What happens after a divorce? In my experience, what I deal with every day are women who are fighting to get basic maintenance. So a man who wants to punish his wife leaves her with 5 kids and says to her, I can't maintain you. And when we are done mediating, he says, I can only afford 15,000. If the children were in his house, would 15,000 for 5 children a month cover school fees and feeding?
course not.
Who is the judge that even
So,
approved
no,
it?
which judge?
That you say you pay
Which
50,000.
judge?
When
We're
they
talking,
bought
we're
one,
talking,
Mediation
we're talking
now.
about mediation here.
Mediation.
After pleading, most men know that this baggage don't follow them. I can just move and deceive another girl and say, okay, that one will say, I found a new man, I found a husband. Whereas you've left your responsibility for one woman. And that's the story of
Thank you for raising
half
this issue.
of the women.
Thank you for raising
with.
this issue of baggage. Why do we have to always carry the baggage alone? Let me take this call from Yakub and I'll come to you, Wale. Yakub, are you there?
Yes, well, I am
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning. I love this team. This one is a fantastic team.
Thank you.
Mr. Wale Koko, good morning, sir.
Good morning, my
You see,
brother.
I go with Mr. Wale because Nigerian men, we are not stressful to women. Because,
Yeah.
you see, we cannot rule out the culture here. Because the way we brought up in our family are different. It's a family issue. When we are brought up, it's the men and the ladies at home. The men always not doing something. Or else we change the tactics of bringing all these men and women at home. Because the reason is this, women, we know to sit down and then we look at our sister working, all the they are telling you that, go and bring this. You say, no, go and do it, your job. Are you getting what I'm trying to say now? And then the reason why I say this is that Sister Nima said something earlier that in the Arab world, do you know that Sister Nima, in the Arab world, women are not working at all. They are not working at all.
Yes, they get paid for maintenance.
Everything that they did at home.
I can insist I don't want to breastfeed my child. They will get a nursing mother for my child. It's in the traditions. It's stayed over years. Now, this tradition of women having to carry the responsibility started when our fathers thought to get a maid is to marry a wife. So you find your grandfathers having 21 wives. They needed farmers. They needed extra hands in their workplace. And women were supposed to come into that role, not as a companion like you people get today, but as a help in the farm, to born children more help, to grow their wealth, more help. That was to secure your, without having to pay.
Because of their farms.
The women will eventually have to till the soil to feed each children. You have Idigi and all those things. If you check the tradition, that is how it started. So it's no longer the norm today. Why don't you want to leave that custom of women having to be the ones to take care of your needs when you're an adult?
Let me cite another scenario. When you go to the Western world, an average boy or a guy, once you're like 16, 17, your parents kick you out. They kick you out. Go and start your life. That's why you see that most European men, you say they are loving. Oh, he's nice. Oh, he take care of it, cook me breakfast because he's used to doing it for himself. But over here, we're not talking of Saudi Arabia. We're talking Nigeria.
Or you
now, at the end of the day, like the man said, you're at home, you're a guy, you're the one to sweep. They won't tell the guy to go and sweep. Why? You tell the girl to go and sweep. He's getting ready for husband house.
So
why?
So if you are used to it and you get married, you married a beautiful girl. And it goes back to my wedding picture. You married a beautiful girl and you aged the girl.
No, but you don't do it.
You turn her into mama inside the house.
It's not as if they do it purposefully now.
What happens when the case is the other way around? Because you've seen cases where the man was okay, good looking, a few years down the line, he gets married and is looking very thin. I see that chicken, the big Orobo chicken.
And
very
It's really small, tiny. Let me take this last call, then I'll come to you. Morning, are you there?
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
This is interesting topic.
Thank you.
I'm actually watching the TV and I'm sitting here with my dad and we were having this conversation. You see, naturally for me, I feel women we love stress on our own. We are stressed to ourselves alone. Aside from the fact that men are there.
We compliment.
You see, growing up as kids, in my own household, my father and my mom never raised the ladies different from the men.
Okay.
You wake up in the morning, you know you're meant to do the dish. My dad has always told my brothers, when you finish eating, make sure you wash your dish. You don't expect your sister to keep washing the dish because she's a girl. Okay? Now, we ladies always have this issue of competition with the men.
Are you married?
And also with our...
No, she's not.
Are you married?
No, she's not.
Okay. We're going to go on a break. No.
But
You see a single
hang in
40-year-old
there.
and a married 40-year-old, there's difference.
no.
Hang in there. Wait. Hang in there. We have to go on a commercial break. When I come back, I want us to focus on what she said, which is very important, that women, we like to stress ourselves. Do we carry this in our own head?
Yeah.
You're in university, you're washing, you're cleaning, you're doing yourself.
You are stressing yourself.
So you're the one stressing yourself. Maybe you have communicated better.
Your husband
would have known that.
blame it on
You do it together.
Yes.
Let's go on a break. We'll be
Why
right
can't
back.
stress you? Never see stress.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So, Nima, I want to take this question to you because the last caller said something about, are we the ones putting this pressure, this stress on ourselves? Maybe the Nigerian men don't really intend to stress us out, but because we wake up so early, we feel that all we're thinking of in school is marriage, you get married, you want to clean, you want to be the perfect wife, you want to do this. So you take on this responsibility yourself.
I know myself. If someone was doing it, it was taken care of, I won't worry.
Okay.
The question is, a man who was raised to take care of himself, why did he make the decision to push it to his wife in marriage? Why?
That was a one-off.
It is a choice.
It's a one-off.
It's not a one-off. But someone like Wale said that, Baba Nimasha, I even know Baba, raised him properly. May so rest. He raised Wale well, but today,
Why is he talking
he's
like
the wife.
No, but
you just said it now.
Let me tell you one thing.
He raised you to take care of yourself, wash after
let-
yourself, but so in marriage, it's your wife's duty. Why did you leave it?
No. Let me tell you something about
It's
me.
a choice.
No, it's not a matter of choice. I feel bad. I feel like a bad husband when my wife is stressed. He comes back to me.
That's the way all of them
That's why it
should
should be, but most of us don't do that. If my wife comes home and she's stressed, I'm going to be stressed. Because anything you say, she's going to be, what? Yeah,
That's
it's
what
headache
Salami
for me.
said.
So take this call. Morning, are you there?
Yeah, Maria, good morning.
Go ahead, please, Victory.
Yeah, and good morning to everyone in the studio.
Good morning.
It's an interesting topic anyway. But I think Wale has spoken very well. Because you must look at this issue from diverse perspectives. Parental responsibility is involved. And you must define the relationship too as well. Like Veronica said, communication is very key.
Important.
See, if you have defined everything right from the onset, and if you have a very good upbringing, like the last caller equally said too, that you don't treat the men special. Like in my home too, that's the way we were brought up. We're meant to cook, we're even meant to wash for our sisters. I have two sisters, I was meant to wash for my sister, apart from their undies. All their clothes are meant to do that. So it wasn't strange at all. So when you grow up with that kind of tendency, there's no reason why you have to stress your wife on some domestic issues.
So it's a choice.
You understand, Mariah? So I think it's got across board. Culture is involved too.
Let's take a few. Thank you so much. Let's take a few tweets, Jim.
Razak says, to me, I would say most Nigerian men are not stressful. It depends on how they were brought up. Uche says, so why do women die before men?
Simple.
But some people say men die.
Men die before women, Abi.
Okay.
No, Mura is about lifestyle. Mura, see, trust me. Mazin Kem says,
Most men die before women.
Men have shorter lifespan than
Simple.
Yes.
And they, in fact, Chimamanda just said yesterday that they commit suicide faster and quicker.
Yes, and
Men, this same
Mazin
men.
Kem says, women, mothers, teach your male child how to take care of himself.
And the
The
woman.
kitchen inclusive. Teach your male child how to do chores. Teach your male child how to be responsible for himself. On all fronts. When he's used to that as an adult, he won't be stressing out his wife. And he says women are still living far longer than men on the average, though.
telling you.
Check the ratio of widows to widowers.
I'm
you know
telling you.
Yeah.
what's killing our men?
You people are sucking our blood.
I think what is
It's lifestyle that's killing our men. They are drinking.
It's a lie.
They are drinking, smoking,
I
worrying.
You
don't agree.
stress us now.
I can't hear anybody.
Because men are, they think, like I said, they think about how to take care of you, how to pay the bills.
How is that stressful, Veronica? How is that stressful?
Mental stress is worse.
It's the worst test.
Mental stress
Worst
is
test.
worse.
Okay, Nima, do you want to jump in here?
Okay.
Oh.
Lifestyle is why women die before women. And in those days, they used to, that's why we have strenuous burial rights for men against women, because we believe women must have killed their men. You who don't want to worry about your wife, your children and everything, have a fleet of girlfriends outside.
Huh?
You have a lifestyle of drinking. And I know a particular tribe I don't want to mention, but their men usually die before their women without carrying the baggage of the children. The women turn widows, stress themselves till they raise. Before, in fact, when they have a first graduate, they will throw a party. What I have gone through in life. Because that is where their focus is. The men are too distracted, too many free time,
No,
too many free money. Miss priorities.
Minority reports in terms of why men have shorter lifespan. It's not common, but
has to do with the sexual positions when a man
So
takes.
like, which angle did you carry your statement?
It is a minority angle again.
Which angle?
It is a minority report.
It's a minority report.
It is a minority report that you have to stress yourself to pump and pump and pump, and you overwork your heart.
Okay,
so you have to visit more than one or two other rooms.
Okay, morning show.
Okay, so here's my take. I do agree that women tend to stress ourselves. Naturally, we worry. Yes, we worry. So hearing it again today makes it just should bring it into our awareness as women that we have a choice. We don't need to really worry. Your house doesn't need to be perfect. Your life doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be. You need to take out time for yourself. People were tweeting, women look older because they don't exercise. They're not eating right, and it's true. I grew up with my mom. My mom would put like 4 meat on my father's food, and she would eat just one. And I would eat meat, and I would not eat anything. For her, it is about sacrifice. She wouldn't eat out because you say the money that I used to buy 1 plate of food at a restaurant would cook a pot of soup at home. So the men would eat pepper soup. They would eat. They would enjoy. So here's what I'm saying: woman, take care of yourself. Take out time for yourself. Nurture yourself.
Okay, let me go culture. When we visit our daughter-in-laws or our sister-in-laws, let's judge our brothers, not our sister-in-laws, for the house not well kept. So that she's not overworked trying to receive visitors and do everything while the man is just sitting. Not going around. We see these things. May God bless the soul of this woman. My auntie's mother-in-law visited once and said to her son, I've seen your wife running around trying to make amala. I didn't raise you like that.
Simple.
You am your guest as well, as much as I am hers.
Address it immediately.
See to it that, I'm well cared for. See, this woman is going crazy.
All right.
Sometimes we should be that place. When we play that role, these things will be mitigated as much as we want.
Do you agree?
As far as I'm concerned, I don't quite agree all the way. Okay. For me, the rounding up, sort of, I believe women naturally stress themselves. Even woman to woman, they want to outshine each other.
Yeah. That matter. That's not what
sweetheart, now what I'm saying is this.
That one is
a woman gets pregnant, that's stress. A woman gives birth, that's stress. A woman tries to make the perfect home, that is stressful. A man will come home, just move his head, dropped on the bed. It's okay now, like. But at the end of the day, any man that thinks it is right to get everything done is wrong. Women are getting more intelligent. Yeah. They're getting more empowered, and they're taking up so many things.
Okay,
so
I have
women,
to round up, Wale.
do your
But let me
thing.
just give you a quick second. That shirt you dropped on the floor. If me as a woman decide not to touch it, it will grow molds there because your sweat is there. My little baby can crawl up and touch and put his mouth all on, start licking the most. So it's a stress for me that you even drop that shirt on the floor in the first place. So what we're asking here is, meet us halfway. Understand that I have to feed the child.
Okay.
So drop that shirt in the laundry basket.
Okay, so men, are you listening? We have work to do as well. All the men, all Nigerian men I'm representing today, let us meet the women. Let me tell you what
Let me give the ladies finish raising them.
We have to do last words.
Pick your shirt in marriage.
Solomon, is any last words?
I will tell you,
One second.
I'm going to just stand on my earlier stance. You have to learn how to take care of yourself. Have a me time. As a woman. Sane. If you're sane, then you can be sane towards others.
Yes, so
mine is communication. Understand your spouse so you know how to communicate with them.
Nima?
That's it.
No, I've said it.
Yeah, we said it.
So, mothers raise good children so that we don't continue raising your boys.
Yeah. I'll say that for our men out there, if you love your wife, then help her not to be stressed out, because if she's helping you, you should help her to work together to make the family work. It's not about her, it's about both of you. Yeah. Then our mother-in-laws, when you come to the house, Nima, please, you can overemphasize it. Our mother-in-laws should please also chastise their children, not just
Your wife did not see this morning.
We understand that you're raised a certain way. All we're asking is that understand and appreciate our issues today. Renew yourself, relearn, unlearn, and relearn new things. And say, okay, what do I do to help to meet this woman halfway? So she doesn't have to be stressful. So, because at the end of the day, we are both going to benefit. We'll be humping till 80.
Thumbs up to that.
See you tomorrow.
Man, let's wake up and help the women.